Alright guys, back here playing around with the new fridge. So I got my watt meter and I'm going to plug the unit in and see what happens. $58. Oh my god. So it had a peak of 360 or 340 when it first started. And now it's at bouncing around about 50 watts. I'm going to switch over to amps and kilowatt, volts, amps. 0.83. Yeah, so if you round up, it's about 1 amp. Well, a little less than 1 amp, but still, that's pretty crazy for a refrigerator and freezer. So I'll switch over. Power factor 360, and then the current watt. Oh, that's amps again. Get back to watts. There it is, watt. So right now it's pulling 44 watts, which is unreal for a refrigerator. And this just proves this guy can be used off the grid. It had a 360 watt peak at startup because of the drawing amps, the starting amps, and then it's still at 0.80 amps, 81. It's bouncing around 80. That's pretty impressive. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this running and I'm going to see how long it takes. Okay guys, the neat thing about my watt meter, it timed this thing for me, and 15 minutes from room temperature to 20 degrees. And I only have the unit set halfway on the dial, so you can go colder or even less cold, or warmer I should say. And I also figured out the type of refrigerant this is. It's a butane, like a lighter fluid, which is interesting, but it's flammable, of course. But other than that, this little unit works really well. I'm surprised. So there's the warning label for the flammable part. Risk of fire or explosion. Flammable refrigerant used. To replace by only a certified technician. So that's pretty awesome. About $65 for that at the surplus place. Definitely awesome, even for camping, even in a camper. Unreal. So I don't know how I would calculate the duty cycle, because I don't know how often this would kick in an hour. But it ran for 15 minutes from room temperature to 20 degrees Fahrenheit inside. So I'm guessing now that it's maintained its temperature, it will come on. It'll come on for maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes just to maintain. So it actually will use less and less as it goes, depending on the internal temperature of the house, etc., etc. But very cool. And I'm going to leave this, I'm actually going to unplug it from the meter, and then I'm going to leave this maybe plugged in. We're going to give it a full test for a good month, and I'm going to maybe load this up with some Coke and some other stuff and see how it turns out. So awesome. RCA fridge. You guys have the model and serial number from my last video on this. It was, I believe the title was Surplus Supplies for Off-Grid. So check that out. Thank you. Also, I washed up my pans that I got for $10. All different sizes. I'm just letting them air dry now. I got the lids washed as well. And my tin cup there. All stainless steel. Never have to replace it again. The only downer on these pots, no handles, but I can compensate with my oven mitt to pick those up. No big deal. And these will all work on the induction cooker. I'm pretty sure they will. I'll try them once they dry up. And then I just washed them in this little plastic tub here, and it worked out pretty good. So everything's working out. I went through, I opened up the pretty much everything I got. I got the surge bar unpackaged. I got the Berkeys unpackaged. With the pump, I inspected all the filters and the pump and everything. So we're all set. That's it. See you guys later.